Welcome to another edition of Alive and Kicking on Location on YouTube. I am Leesa Marie Benz, your hostess with the mostest, and I am so excited to be here at my favorite place in the whole wide world, Viva Las Vegas, baby. And I am thrilled to be sitting here next to Matt King at Harrah's.
And not touching me, which is good. I think I'm going to scoot a little closer.
He is the premier comedy magician in the world today. And let me just tell you a little bit more about Mr. Matt King.
I'll be right here.
He is known as the best strip headliner, the best of Las Vegas, the 7 Vegas shows with an A rating, a razor sharp comedian, look at you sitting there all humble, #1 rate comedy magician
I'm shaking my head
in
yes
the
to
world,
most of these.
best comedy magician, that was great, entertainer of the year, best afternoon show, and magician of the year, and gut-busting, brilliant, a must-see, 3 out of 3 stars. So you gotta come see him at Harrah's. And you have been here for 11 years.
I don't know where you got that.
Is that no?
I have been here for 11 years, plus 3 more though.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's old news.
Yeah, that's old news. Sorry, but I'll claim 11. But it is just past the 14-year mark. Actually.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, pretty good.
You must be doing something right.
I'm cheap. So.
When I just watched the whole show and it was fabulous. It's great for kids. It's probably the only show in Vegas that's good for children, right? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's good for families. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
And he doesn't hurt any animals or anything.
Well, not too
You
much.
may wonder, a guinea pig disappears, but it reappears.
Oh, let's not talk about the guinea pig.
So anyway, you broke a Guinness World Record too. Tell us a little bit about that.
You know the game where you like whisper, like telephone they call it, where you whisper a phrase to somebody and then they whisper to somebody else and they whisper to somebody else and then at the end of the line
it's completely different.
Completely different.
Yes.
So I orchestrated the world's longest game of telephone. And then at the end I had a prediction as to what the phrase would be. And I don't remember exactly. I know I started out with Matt King is a comedy magic god or something like that. That was the phrase, first phrase I whispered to the first person in line. And then by the time it got to the end it was like something like cantaloupe, something, I don't know. But it was crazy. But well, I forget how many people we had, but you know.
And
the record.
It's kind of like, that's exactly how rumors start.
Yeah, exactly.
You started the rumor mill.
I started the rumor mill, Matt King is comedy magic genius. Yeah.
Wow, well that's neat. And tell us about your book too, Tricks with Your Head.
So I've written 2 books. The first one's called Tricks with Your Head, like you said, and it's in the book I show you how to do 52 fun, like a deck of cards, 52 funny, easy magic tricks that you can do to fool your friends, and every trick uses your head as a prop.
And no one gets hurt?
That one I can't say. That's dependent upon the reader. But no one gets hurt. They're just funny, easy tricks.
Okay, and then
the latest one is called Campfire Magic, and in that one I show you how to do 50 tricks that you can do when you're camping. Or if you don't go camping, you can do them in your yard.
Right.
If you don't have a yard, you can just do them in your house, I guess.
So you are so multi-talented.
Well, I can write and I can do magic tricks. That's only 2 talents, really.
Well, that's great,
okay,
though.
right.
A lot of magicians don't write books.
I guess that's right, yeah. A lot of writers don't do magic. I got them both.
So how can people get the book?
They're both available on Amazon.com, or BarnesandNoble.com, or you can get them at MattKingShop.com, MackKingShop.com.
Good. And what's up with your affiliation with Fig Newtons? They reappear and appear in the show.
There's no official affiliation with Fig Newtons, unfortunately. I just really like them, and so you know, there's most everything that's in my show is true. I like Fig Newtons, and so they're like an integral part of the show.
That's just like your favorite cookie, not Oreos.
I like them better than Oreos. Yeah, I'm the one guy I think who buys Fig Newtons.
Well, I think Fig Newtons needs to find out about you and put you on their commercial.
I've actually done some shows for Nabisco and their parent company. But after, because they did find out.
Yeah, I'm sure word spread. You know, the rumor mill you started and stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
And also, you have sold magic tricks to David Copperfield and Penn and Teller. How did that come about?
I'm just buddies with those guys, and David and I had this trick. I do a trick with rope in my show, and I came up with a different trick with rope that I didn't like as much as the one I already do. So David asked for permission to do it on TV and to do it in his live show, and so I said yes. And then Penn and Teller, same thing. I had a trick that wasn't right for my show, but seemed good for theirs. So.
And is this something magicians do? They kind of.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that many, but I mean, yeah, there's sort of a, you know, Lance Burton, me, Penn and Teller, those, you know, I have a couple other friends who aren't famous magicians like myself, but who help each other with their shows. Yeah. So there's a few, 5 or 6 of us who are.
Is there like buddies. A club?
Unofficially, yeah. Penn and I have the Caviar Dining Club where we go to fancy restaurants and we call it the Caviar Dining Club, but we're the only 2 members.
Well, I know that magicians take an oath when you become a magician to not share your secrets, right?
Nobody takes that oath.
They don't anymore? Is that old?
I don't. I mean, people. I mean, you can. People. I think magicians say that so that they don't have to tell people how there's, you know, oh, I took an oath, but there's no oath.
Well, and that's what I was leading up to. My next question is, do you remember when the masked magician?
Oh yeah.
And he broke all the rules, and that's why he was masked, so that no one could see who he really was.
But I mean, I was at a friend's house that night watching that show because we'd all heard about it, a bunch of magicians, and so I mean, before the show was over, I mean, we phone calls and we knew it. I mean,
the rumor mill.
Yeah, the rumor mill. But yeah, Val, you know, the guy who used to work here in town.
Oh, he really? Yeah. Well, I guess he's not working here anymore.
I guess he's not.
Wow. Okay, so what's up with your love for plaid suits? It's a nice little gimmick.
Thank you. It's both my grandfathers were like amateur magicians, and so when I started doing magic shows, I kind of raided one of my. He was like, in addition to being a magician, amateur magician, he had some old suits in his attic, and I really did. So I say that this belonged to my grandfather. This one didn't, but I did raid his attic for a couple of suits, and they were kind of plaid and, you know, garish. And after a while, after I'd gone through all his, I really liked wearing that style, and so I had some made. So this one I actually had made.
Oh, well, and does your wife Jennifer approve?
Oh yeah, she's.
And let's talk about how you met your wife. That's an interesting story.
Well, she was a volunteer from the audience. I got her up. You've seen the show now, so you know there's a trick where so a volunteer from the audience writes their name on a playing card, and it jumps into various pockets and then winds up in my zipper. And so I did that trick in the show, and my wife was that particular volunteer that show, and we went out afterwards. And was
it love at first sight when you got her on stage?
For me, I don't know about her.
Well, obviously, something was clicking.
Yeah.
And I hear that she and your daughter say that you are not only the best comedian, but the best father and husband in the whole wide world.
That's what they say, but I mean, what else are they going to say, really?
Right. So now you have dual degrees in magic and anthropology from Macalester College in St. Paul, Minnesota.
I do.
I never knew that there was such a thing as a magic degree.
Well, I made that up. I mean, I didn't make it up. I mean, I do have that degree, but at Macalester you can design your own major. So I designed a major through the psychology department and the anthropology department and the economics department and the theater department. So I put together all these classes and was able to say I had a degree in magic.
Wow, well that's amazing. And you also work with Rita Rutner?
Yeah, you know, Rita, I first met her, I used to host a show every year on NBC called The World's Greatest Magic, and part of that was I would do the Mac King School of Magic before and after every commercial. And so one year they would have a different celebrity who was like my student for, I mean, there were like 10 or 12 segments each show. The show was 2 hours. And so I would have a different student every year. And so somebody I would teach magic tricks to. And Rita was one of those students. And so after we met for that, she had me open for her at the Desert Inn here in town a few times. And so then she was here at Harrah's. We were different shows, but in the same theater.
And what about Donny and Marie?
They used to have a daytime talk show, and I was kind of regular on there.
I remember that.
Yeah, so I was on that show a bunch. Yeah.
And now they're here.
And now they're here. So yeah, Donny's brought his family to the show many times.
And now you're on David Letterman a lot. What's that experience like?
I've been on there. The only time I've ever met him is during my little spots when we shake hands or whatever. So
Really?
Before the
That's
show or
it?
after the show, yeah, he's hidden away.
Oh, somehow that doesn't surprise me. Because you know, when he comes on, they show him running. Have you ever seen that at the beginning of the show? It's like he's just running, he's making it there at the last minute to do the show, and then he's out of there.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Now, let's talk a little bit about your partnership with KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh yeah, that's been a while, but I did for a little while. They had I have a comic strip. My cousin and Bill King and I have designed a comic strip called Mac King's Magic in a Minute, and so there at one point KFC, all their kids' meals were we designed the packaging so that the box that it came in taught you simple magic tricks, and you could cut up the box and do tricks with it. And so
great.
yeah.
That's good to keep, you know, kids interacting with magic.
Yeah, I think it makes a really great hobby for kids. It's,
yeah, it keeps them out of trouble.
That's right.
And how did you develop your goldfish trick?
Boy, I mean, I worked on that for a long time. I mean, I kind of had the idea for many years, and you know, I would do it sporadically in the show, but I never could get it right. And then just eventually, you know, it helped having a show in Las Vegas where I could do 10 shows a week. I was at a little casino called the Maxim, and so I started doing it every day there. And
that was perfect. The Maxim for Matt King.
There we go. Exactly. Names. Yeah. And so just working on it. I mean, it's I've never seen anybody else. I mean, it's you know, hopefully new.
Well, how did you do it?
I'm not telling you how I
Come
do
on.
it. No, it's like a big secret.
I should have had you do it right now for the cameras.
Exactly.
So, is there anything else you still have on your bucket list left to do?
In my life?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
because you're so young still.
That's because I'm so young. Exactly. No, I mean, you know, we talk about my wife and I and daughter. She's 13, our daughter, and you know, getting in a van and traveling around the U.S., which would be fun. I'd kind of like to do that, you know. But no, I'm pretty happy. I got a wife I love, and a daughter I love, and a job I love. And what else do I need?
And you live
really?
Here in Viva Las Vegas.
Well, yeah, I live
here. It doesn't
here.
get much better than that.
Nope, I'm very happy.
That's great. So I know you have another show to do. So we
do have another show here, in December.
And you have 2 shows a day.
So
1 o'clock and 3 o'clock.
1 o'clock and 3 o'clock every day, Tuesday through Saturday. So 5 days a week, 10 shows a week here at Harrah's Las Vegas on the Strip, and in the main showroom there, called the Mac King Comedy Magic Show. And tickets are available, and information at MacKingShow.com, and Mac King Show is also Twitter and Facebook.
Okay, great. And so everyone, be sure to come see Matt King here at Harrah's. Be sure. It's at Harrah's Showroom, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89109, 702-369-5222. You can't miss Harrah's. I mean, once you get on the Strip, there's just no way you can miss all that. So be sure to catch all my shows at youtube.com/Leesa Marilyn, and you will be sure to see Matt King there soon. Thank you so much,
Thanks
Matt.
for having me.
It was a blast, and you are my first magician.
Well, honored to be your first.
And he's wanting to make me disappear right now, I can tell. Anyway, thanks again.
Thank you for having me.
And remember to become the person you want to become and laugh away your problems. Right, Mac? Thank you.
That's my big plan. Laugh away my problems.